my dears, no, you did not mistakenly click on a vlog. I am here in the car. I wanted to start this video from the beginning of the journey. And I'm talking about false lashes for the first time. This is a question I get over and over again. And when my friend Jessie most recently asked me about this yesterday, I thought, now's the time. Let's get the video up. Let's do a back to basics false lash video. I do already have one on my channel, but I really wanted this to be beneficial to the people who are trying them for the first time, because I do think there are certain choices you might want to make when you're selecting from the store. And I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to show you exactly what to try to find. And then tomorrow when I start my day and sit down to the makeup area, we'll put them on and I'll just take you through every little basic step you would need to know. So here we go. So at the store, the selection of false lashes can be pretty overwhelming. First off, you're gonna notice there may be a lot of multi-packs. That's becoming a more popular thing now, as well as just single sets of lashes. And I think the multi-packs are a smart buy if you're really serious about figuring out how to use false lashes, because while lashes are, for the most part, very reusable, there's a chance you could mess up a pair or two, and it's nice to have just those backups on hand. You don't feel quite as much pressure. If you're just starting out, I would go for more of the natural lash styles as opposed to the really dramatic ones at first. And the specific ones I'll tell you about in a second here, I think have lash bands that are the easiest to use on your eyes. And then as far as glue goes, by far the easiest glue to use is something that has a brush tip applicator as opposed to just the squeeze tube. Not that the squeeze tube is impossible, but the brush tip really allows you to just get the minimal amount of glue across the lash band, which is always the goal. Something you might also stumble across is like a lash starter kit that might include some glue or some scissors, or in this case I found one with a lash applicator tool, which is very, very handy. So keep an eye out for that if you feel like you're really starting from square one and don't have any accessory items. So I'll show you guys what I picked up and the things that I think are most essential for a lash beginner. Walmart sells this Kiss glue and it says latex-free brush-on strip lash adhesive. So you want to look for those words brush on. I really think it's the easiest way to go, and I think it would have made my life a lot easier when I was first starting with lashes. Another one that I've loved is Revlon Precision Lash Glue, but that's really hard to find these days. Duo is another brand that makes a good lash adhesive in this format, so you need that. Also, I did pick up that Lash 101 kit just because I wanted to point out what some of the things are that, you know, even if you don't get this kit, things you might need to have on hand. A little pair of scissors is nice, and if you're wondering why you need scissors, that's because sometimes the lashes from left to right are a little long for your eye. So you can use a little pair of scissors to just actually trim off a small segment of them and make them fit your eye better. I didn't even know this kind of thing existed, but they even have a little lash measuring tool you can lay down across your lash line and like figure exactly where it's at. I would say just use the lashes, lay them across your lash line, see if it's poking into the inner part of your eye. I always like to have a little bit of a gap there. Not a huge gap, but a small gap to where you're not feeling the lashes every time you blink in your inner corner. Long explanation to say you might want to have scissors on hand. They give you in this kit a tiny lash adhesive that I can see does have a little wand in there. That's not going to get you through a lot of applications, but that little amount would probably provide for several lash applications at least. And then there's this nice little lash applicator tool. It allows you to actually grab onto the lashes and place them on your lash line. Quite a bit easier if you're not used to using your fingers. The other things I picked up are two of the most natural lash styles. I picked up the 110s, that's right here, and also the 53s. And the 53s are a little bit shorter left to right if you feel like you have very small eyes and you don't want the hassle of trimming up the lashes. Helping different people with false lashes and doing makeup here and there for weddings and stuff, I don't think I've ever had to trim down the 53s. The 110s are a little bit longer left to right, and there's more thickness throughout. Here, there's a little more length on the 53s right at the outside. I really don't think you can go wrong with either as far as a subtle way to start experimenting with lashes. Also, as I mentioned, both of these have a really easy to work with lash band. Even if you don't get this brand or these particular styles, look for this kind of invisible lash band. There's no big, thick, black band across here. In fact, if you look really, really closely, you can see the individual knots where the lashes were attached together. And that's what you want to look for, because that's going to be a much easier lash band to manipulate and move and lay down right on your own lashes. Now, I want to throw out one option there for those of you who do have really thick, really long, natural lashes, and you're looking for a false lash that is going to, you know, pump things up a lot, still be easy to work with, but is going to give you, I think, a considerable amount more length and thickness, and that would be the wispies or the demi wispies. You'll find that option from Salon Perfect or Ardell. Demi wispies will flare out in a more pronounced way at the outer corner. Wispies will give you thickness all throughout, and most of it is coming right out of the center, so it's a very eye-opening look. I love both of those styles. I've used a lot of those styles. So now that we've gotten through the lash selection process, we're going to actually start applying. So I've already got my eyeshadow on today, and the first step of eye makeup that really does closely apply to lashes is eyeliner, because you want to have a nice, I think, black line for those lashes to sit down on, and then your lash band will kind of fade away and not be seen. I'm not saying you can't apply false lashes without wearing eyeliner, but you'd have to be a lot more sneaky about your application, and as you'll see, the liner will help you a lot. It will help that lash band kind of not be seen once you've applied them. You could use pencil liner if you're most comfortable with that. You could use a gel or cream liner. I can do liquid liner pretty quickly, and I do like just the finished effect really well. It's a very clean look. So I use this Makeup Revolution Renaissance Flick eyeliner, $9 at Ulta. I love actually how it's a little thicker here in the middle. It's very easy to hold on to. And I'm just going to go all the way across my lash line. Don't leave any gaps. I'm not going to wing it out today, but that's just how I do liner. I sometimes thicken it up a little bit as I get toward the outside, but basic black line is what you need. And overall, I'd say when I know I'm going to put false eyelashes on, I will make my eyeliner line just a little bit thicker than I might normally. Not that it's got to be some hugely thick line, but you're giving yourself kind of like a landing strip, so to speak, for the lashes to sit down on. And when you give it a little bit wider line, you've got a little more margin for error with the lashes. Next up, I recommend curling your lashes and applying mascara before you put on any false lashes. There will be some really blessed people out there who have naturally super curly lashes. Their lashes just swoop up and will easily mesh with the beautiful curve that false lashes tend to have in them. I am not one of those people. Also, generally, you're going to buy false lashes and they're going to be black. If you're a blonde and you have really blonde lashes, you'll also, even if you have great curl in your lashes, you'll want to get some mascara on there. So again, the look of your natural lashes is more likely to blend with the fake lashes. So I definitely rely on the lash curler. And today the mascara I'm going to be popping on top is my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in Blackest Black. Think of this as kind of like you put your lashes on a curling iron and now you're putting the hairspray on. That's going to be most likely to help them hold that upturned shape. I'm really glad to finally be doing this because there's so many times in tutorials where I just kind of like, I'll go ahead and do the lashes off camera, you know, I won't take the time to actually walk through every nitty-gritty step of applying them, but I do think it's necessary to talk about because what if you've never done it before? The lashes I'm gonna go ahead and put on today, I think I'll do the number 53s. These are the ones that I said if you really don't want to have to mess with cutting or trimming the lash at all, these are a really comfortable length, I think, left to right for a lot of people without having to adjust them. Not saying nobody would have to, but on average, I think these are going to be a good fit for a lot of people. So you're going to open your box, take out the lashes, and the lashes are adhered to this little tray. If you want to, you can grab some tweezers and sort of start pulling them from the tray. Some lashes are adhered a lot tighter than others though, and there have been times when I've pulled out the tweezers and I've actually kind of messed up the lash band and the lashes because it was, I don't know, it was pulling a little too forcefully on one spot. So what I'll do is I'll just use my fingernail and I'll kind of pull the lash down a little bit off of that plastic tray where it's sitting, and then it will come off very easily. And if you see any little excess bits of glue on the lash band, go ahead and get rid of those. And then I'm gonna lay this on my lash line, and I'm gonna make sure that it's not too long left to right. Nope, it's gonna be just about perfect, I think. The inner part is gonna hit me right about here. I've got about a finger width right there between my tear duct and where the lashes start. And that tends to be pretty comfortable for me to be able to blink and not feel the lashes. And then they're gonna hit me on the outside right at the end of my lash line. Now, I'm not gonna bust into that lash glue I just bought. I'll use one that's already open. This also happens to be by Kiss. But I'm gonna hold my lashes right there, just on the lash, in the center of the lash band. And I'm going to apply my glue. And you got your nice little brush tip here. You're just gonna brush that along the band to where you can see a thin layer all the way from end to end. The glues tend to look white. Sometimes they even have a little bluish tinge to them when you're first putting them on, and then they will dry clear. But right after you put the glue on, it should look like this. You should be able to visibly see that there is glue from one end all the way to the other end, and you shouldn't have any major big globs in any one spot. Now, this is a huge key. You notice I didn't just pop that on my eye right away. I'm actually gonna let this wait for like, I don't know, probably 45 seconds before I sit it on my eye. 45 seconds to a minute, let's say. We want the glue to get tacky because as soon as you put the glue on, it's wet. And when you will stick wet glue right on your eye, the lash probably won't go ahead and adhere. So it needs to be a little bit tacky. So you might go like this a little bit. If it's your own lash, heck, blow on it. If you're applying lashes to someone else, definitely don't blow on things you're about to put on somebody else's eyes. But now I think we've hit about a minute mark. I'm holding my lash with my right hand. I am right-handed, and I'm holding it right in the center of the lash, okay? Holding it by the lash in the center. Now I'm going to look straight ahead, and I'm gonna line up where my fingers are with the center of my eye. And that's going to guide my placement here. And I'm gonna lay these down right on my eyeliner, very close to my lashes, but I'm not gonna sit them on my lashes. I'm going to put them on the eyeliner, which is very close to my lashes, okay? So I'm gonna sit it down there. I'm gonna see that white band, and I'm going to make sure and secure that outer corner and also the inner corner. It practically just kind of laid down right on the exact right spot as is. This is a very easy to work with lash band, and then I'm tapping my finger along the band to make sure that every part of the band has come in contact with my lash line. So I'm not pressing hard, I'm really being very, very gentle. And then as that's starting to dry on my eyes, a little trick I like to use is to blink down onto my finger a little bit. And what you're doing here is helping those lashes dry in an upward turning fashion. We don't want them pointing down, we want them nice and up and giving your eye that nice eye opened effect. Okay, the lashes are on. I'm gonna take a moment here to troubleshoot something with you in case you notice this. Let's say you maybe applied too much glue and you're waiting and you're saying, Emily, I thought it was supposed to dry clear. I can still see some glue. If for some reason you can still see glue on your lash line, get out your eyeliner. A liquid liner is best for this. A pen style like this is most definitely easiest, and just dot over any areas where maybe you can still see glue. Here I can tell it's totally drying, but I'm just sort of mimicking what I would do to make sure I can't see anything along that lash line. Now, the final step when those lashes are on, wait till you've given them time to really dry on your lashes, like a couple minutes. Take a little more mascara. And you want to apply mascara in this sense much differently than when you're just, raking it up through your lashes. Here, I would just dab it at the base of your lashes. You don't need to really go all the way through these and create a big chunky mess because the lashes are pretty as they are. Just kind of think about dabbing it at the base, and what that's doing is helping ensure that your real lashes are kind of bonded in with these false lashes. And then the finishing step, I would put a little mascara at this point on my lower lashes. I love CoverGirl Clump Crusher Water Resistant because it doesn't smudge and it never over applies product to my lower lashes. But do you see what we're working with here? We've added thickness, we've added a little bit of length, and we've done it in perhaps the most subtle way possible with a really natural, easy to work with set of lashes. If you're thinking, yeah, I like that idea, I want more, I want that look but thicker and a little bit longer on the outsides, look for demi wispies. If you're thinking, yeah, I like that, but I want more of an eye-opened effect coming straight out from the middle, get the wispies style. But I really wanted to do this tutorial for beginners and start with the least intimidating lash possible. Now the other eye will be kind of like a review session, right? So we're just gonna use our fingernail to kind of pull that lash from the packaging. Be very gentle because lashes are kind of fragile. But see how these Salon Perfect lashes do have a nice gentle curve to them? If you feel like you've bought some lashes from some kind of off-brand and they're really wanting to be straight or they don't seem like they're curving in a natural way, think about taking a brush and put those lashes around the brush. No joke. This does work. There's still a little adhesive on there from where they were sticking to the packaging, but you can kind of put them around a brush and help get some curve going in the lash. So just a little trick there. But these I never have that problem with. They're a great, easy shape. And when I apply them on this eye, I am gonna use this little lash applicator tool that came in the Kiss Lash 101 starter kit. BH Cosmetics, I think they still make a great little lash applicator. You can get them from various brands and they do make it easy if you feel very out of control with your fingers. This will grip the lash much better than tweezers will because see how wide the grip is? I'm gonna take my glue and go all the way across the lash band. Technically I take like a couple passes just to make sure the glue got everywhere. You don't need too much. It's just gonna make it a messier task if you've got way too much glue. Now as we let the glue hang out and get tacky, you can take your lash applicator tool if you have one and you can grip those lashes right in the center. Just pretend like you're holding on right where you were with your fingers. But this can give you a little more visibility. You know, with your hands all in there, maybe it's hard to see. And I mean, sometimes I might forget the fact that I'm practically going by feel with this at this point. I'm very familiar with the lashes. I know what it feels like to put them on, but this lets you see a little bit better where it's going. We align the middle of this applicator with the center of our eye. You can feel it laying down there, and then again, use your fingers to make sure the outside part, the inside part, and the whole lash line itself has come in contact with your skin. It's laying down really nicely right there on my eyeliner. It's not above the liner. It's not sitting on my lashes. Some people may even advise actually putting the false lashes on top of your own eyelashes, but that just really bothers me, the thought of the glue sitting there on the lash hairs. I just don't like that mental image, so I keep it as close as possible to my lashes, but still on the lash line, and I've gotten along so well that way. Now as the glue's drying, we kind of blink onto our finger. We help those lashes kind of dry in a nice upturned state, just like so. And then, you know, you wait a couple minutes and you make sure that everything's really dry before you would tap a little mascara on, because it would really stink if you went to all this work to get them laid down and then boom, your mascara just takes them right off. So even if you're in a hurry, try to give yourself a little time there. So I'm again using the Lash Paradise. Just think about tapping it at the base of the lash where your real lashes are so that everything gets kind of nicely bonded together. And then as a final step, I'll just put some mascara right down here. What I see when I look at my eyes now is just a lot more thickness in my lash line. These 53s and the 110s, they're not huge length builders, but they are fantastic thickness builders in your lashes. And that's kind of where the sneaky effect comes from. It's easy to point out someone with really long false lashes. Not that I don't like those, I freaking love those. But if you are trying to be more subtle about it, focus on lash styles like this that will just thicken up what you've got. And I can't feel a thing, guys. I can't feel anything on my eyes. Part of it's that these are very lightweight. Part of it was that when we applied them, we kept kind of a finger right here between where the lashes start and the tear duct. But yeah, these are some of the most lightweight lashes out there. You will not notice that they're even on. So yeah, guys, I'm not sure what more there is to add. I would say if you've got a real special occasion and you're wearing false lashes, keep some of the wand applicator lash glue in your purse. So if for some reason the lashes do start to come up, you can use this little applicator. You can kind of dab it over the spot that might be coming up, press it down again, and sort of salvage the situation. I will generally keep a wand applicator lash glue and a liquid liner pen style in my purse for that exact purpose, just in case something happens. I usually don't need it, but you don't want to have lashes just falling off. When it comes time to take them off at the end of the day, I usually start from the inside and you just kind of peel them up a little bit and they come off pretty easily. It's definitely not a situation where I'm dealing with discomfort or are they going to come off, but if you do for some reason have any difficulty getting them off, maybe they have come a little too close to your actual lashes and you're feeling some kind of a pull there, what I would do is just take a little eye makeup remover on a Q-tip, run it across your lash band, and that will kind of help loosen things a little bit. Just wait a few seconds and then go ahead and peel them right off. They will come off so easily. And then you can store them right back in your tray, and if you want to remove any, mascara that might have gotten on your lashes, you can take that Q-tip with the eye makeup remover on it and just kind of stroke it over the lash, and then everything will come off. It'll have a nice little place to be, and then the process is officially complete. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope this makes the lash application process a lot less intimidating for those of you who are trying it for the first time. And this is a situation where practice really will help you. If you do have a special occasion coming up, maybe don't wait till that day to start practicing with false lashes, but a few times leading up to it, just play around and see if you can get it right. That's why I think these multi-packs are so nice, because while you can get multiple wears out of a certain set, when you're just starting out, maybe you'll mess something up, maybe you'll get glue somewhere where it shouldn't be, maybe glue the lashes themselves together, I don't know. It's nice to have the extra sets. But that is another thing about reusing. I find I can get many uses out of one set of lashes. It's mostly about how gentle are you with them when you're taking them off, and are you storing them, in a nice clean place. You'll know if the lash band stops having that nice curve to it, if the lashes are just looking funky in general, it's time to stop wearing that pair. But I can assure you, the more you put them on, the easier it will get and the more confident you will be. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye.